Hi YouTube friends, how are you? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. This video here is actually on what is remote viewing. And remote viewing is a really deep subject here because when you start to get into the study of remote viewing and how you actually get there, it's really fascinating. And so what remote viewing is when you have a person that closes their eyes, gets into a meditative state, and has a target. Now, that target can be just about anything you can imagine that they're not seeing with their physical eyes. It's not there in front of them for them to know. It's an unknown target. And the way they use this, actually, the U.S. military used what they called CRV, controlled remote viewing, in Project Stargate, I believe for around 30 years. And everybody, for the most part, that was in Project Stargate, I've actually studied myself. I picked up over 30 books that I've gone through these last 14 months plus, that I've figured out how to have those books be read to me through a very specific method that you will see on another one of my videos on how to have books read to you and how to create your own audiobooks, because a lot of this content is not on Audible and YouTube. So how to remote view is another video. But at least what is remote viewing and what are the benefits and how does it work? So going back to the U.S. military utilizing this to be able to find kids, to be able to find treasures, lost kids, to be able to find enemy weapons, so to find all kinds of things, to find things in between the walls and buildings that they hid purposely to see if that person can find them. And the way that it works is that that person gets into that meditative state. They are given a target. They might say, we need to know who is so-and-so that is lost with right now. We need to know where that lost kid is at. Give us a clue here. And oftentimes in law enforcement, when every last resort doesn't work, then all of a sudden they're like, call a psychic. We'll see if that's our last hope. And interesting enough, the remote viewers that develop this skill can obtain up to a 70 to 80% accuracy as far as their results, which is quite astonishing, right? Quite amazing. And so, in that state of meditation, again, this is a whole nother video, but in that state of meditation, they actually tap into this part of the brain that allows them to get energy from the unified energy field, to get information, to be able to put pen to paper a drawing of what they see. Now, oftentimes remote viewers don't know exactly the place that they might be drawing. So oftentimes, for example, if they're looking for somebody in a particular place, they might draw the streets, buildings, and places, but they have no idea themselves where that is. They've never been there before physically. So they bring in the map interpreter to be able to give them precise connection and coordinates of where that place is. And it's quite amazing. I've done remote viewing myself, where I've even signed up for a course, and I'm studying it, practicing it, and looking to explore it further. There's just so many things of excitement to learn when you start getting into the metaphysical world and the energy world. There's so many areas of study, and I highly encourage you to search and learn more about this, because there's been times where I'm going to meet with somebody and I write down what I think they're going to be wearing, what colors, and maybe 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4 times I'll get it right. There has been instances where I'm doing exercises and I have a specific target, and I mean the odds were extremely slim. I mean they're 1 to like a million, and I'm able to get maybe like a 10% accuracy, which is really weak, but really abnormal for the probability to be even able to get it. So obviously I'm still, very elementary as far as my development in this. I'm still working on it. But just letting you know that that's absolutely real. And I would say that one of the easiest ways to learn remote viewing is to pick up some books to understand what it is, so that way you could change your belief framework to know that that's even possible, so that way you're not doubting yourself in the process. You already know it's real. You're just trying to learn how to do it, right? And so at the same time, there's targets online. You can search remote viewing targets, and those targets have a specific link, and then you just kind of meditate on that for 10 or 15 minutes. You draw whatever comes to you, whatever you feel. You don't need to come up with the exact item of description before. You might just draw lines that you feel you need to draw, but you don't know what it is. You don't always have to have a specific outcome for knowing what it is. You could just draw it, and then all of a sudden you might get something. You'll be surprised. You'll get things that end up looking like you're drawing, and you realize it's real. And all of a sudden, if you actually take that to heart and into implementation in your everyday life, then the opportunity is just astonishing, right? There's just so many things in that. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.